You gotta understand, Kanan, that how people see you now is how they're gonna see you forever.
How you want people to see you, Kanan?
I want them to see me as me, not who my mother is.
How are y'all doing?
Hey, how are you?
Chilling. How are you?
Uh, So great, let's jump right into it. So the first three seasons really set the stage for Kanan's villain arc as he made the choice to go into business for himself. So what's it been like developing a character who starts with so much potential but eventually goes down the wrong path?
Is that for both of us?
Both, yes.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the challenge of the series, right? Like, I mean, there's one piece of it which is like, how do we tell that story in a way that's compelling and gripping for the viewers, right? And so that's one piece of it. The other piece of it, sort of the emotional piece, which may be more sort of what you're talking about, is like, look, it's a tough journey. And as even as the writers and creators and whatever, it's like, you do feel on some level the sort of emotional stakes that are involved. I was saying earlier to someone we were talking to that, like, whether you're a writer or an actor on a show like this, you do put yourself into the character, into the words. There's a part of you that's in there. So there is this sort of honest piece of what you're doing because it has to come from an honest place for people to believe it. And so, there's a lot of Kanan's journey that, while not specifically, is pulled from MeKai's life or my life, obviously, uh, it's still from an emotional place in terms of loss, in terms of sadness, in terms of hopelessness, in terms of hope, in terms of love, fear. All those things come from inside of us as human beings. So we're sort of along for that ride in ways that can be real challenging.
You can let me get the question one more time.
Um, so what's it been like developing a character who starts with so much potential but heads down the wrong path?
Um, yeah, see, this is why I don't like going after Sasha because he like kind of really exemplifies everything that it's a challenge. There's ups and downs that you take this person through. It's like Sasha said, you have to be able to find whatever cross thread or something in yourself that you're able to relate to so that you can convey that to whoever is now watching. Um, so that's really it, man. It's a journey every day of just finding the right places and the right spaces, but having the space to do that.
Yeah, MeKai, in the previous season, Kanan distanced himself from his mother after uncovering her lies. So what is his biggest challenge now in season four? Stepping out of Rock's shadow and truly claiming his own power.
Stepping out of Rock Shadow and claiming his own power. That is his biggest challenge. I think even in the trailer, um, one of his mentors being Pops and Snaps, they kind of ask, like, what do you want from this? What are you trying to build? And Kanan gives something along the lines of, I want people to know me as me, not for who my mother is. It's just wanting to establish, as any young person wants to, just wanting to establish your own footprint. This is also something that Rock kind of, talked to him about, I think in season two, when they were up in the Catskills. It's like, you're coming into that space of wanting to do these sort of things and be your own sort of person. So it's been ruminating in his mind for a little bit. Now that we just get to see it actually start in four as it's been throughout the whole show.
All right, that's all I had. Thank you so much for speaking with me today in Just in Life, and congrats on season four.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Kayla. Be well. Good seeing you.